Hello, everybody, and welcome back to DUNCE Piece by the Mangaki no Tsukai boys. I'm your host, Adam, and joined with me are my co-hosts, Jesse.
Hello, and I'm here to say that McDonald's sweet chili dipping sauce is back.
And Evan.
Hi, guys, and I resent that statement, Jesse, because we are not promoted by them. So I don't know. I would give them free advertising, Jesse. The fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, I should be promoted by them at this point. At least I get a fucking T-shirt or something.
You are probably gonna die because you ate too many McDoubles in your life.
Well, the sweet chili is not gonna put a stop to that anytime soon. Best sauce. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama. Thanks for bringing it back, I guess. All right, so today we're covering chapters 69 to 83, which is also the start of the Arlong Park Arc. And we're gonna get right into it, fellas. We're just gonna go right into it.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right, so chapter 69. We open up with Luffy, Sanji, and Yosaku sailing towards Nami's location. The conversation is pretty much Yosaku saying you guys are underestimating the Grand Line, and that even with Nami, you only have 5 crew members. And then Yosaku, he goes into telling us about the 3 great powers that rule the Grand Line. I mean, he really only talks about the Shishibukai. We'll talk about the other 2 great powers a different time. But he brings up the Shishibukai on page page 6, I believe. And we get this silhouette of these 7 pirates. The funny thing is, none of these silhouettes are accurate except Mihawk's.
Yeah. Which one is even Mihawk though?
I couldn't even tell you.
One of them.
Yeah, one of the 3 towards the back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, his sword's not right. I guess you could definitely say that it's one of those is his silhouette, but all the rest of them not even close.
Right, not even close.
Was Oda just like going off the seams of his pants, kind of like Toriyama was, or was this like? Do you know if that's the case? Or
I'm pretty sure he had all this shit planned out far in advance, so I don't really know why he drew it as such. Maybe just to not give away. I don't know. Maybe he had certain characters pinned as warlords and then changed certain things. I don't know.
That is true. That makes sense too. Like if he had, like, say, he had already designed Hancock, and for instance, and like
right.
Put her into it or whatever. But yeah, that was cool. That's the first instance we hear about the Shichibukai too.
Yeah, so that just it just means the 7 warlords of the seas. And
I do have something I want to say real quick. Maybe just to give Oda even more credit, right? Maybe in universe, the warlords are so on another level that Yosaku doesn't even know what they look like. Actually, he's never even encountered them. He can't even fathom that they would be anything more than just kind of normal looking people. Maybe
it's possible.
Right? And it's also to kind of keep it a little mysterious for us too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He is an East Blue boy. He probably never really met any of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I again, that goes back to me just saying maybe Oda just didn't want to give us a silhouette of what any of them actually looked like.
Exactly.
But on page 8, Yosaku mentions Jinbei, and that he is a Shishibukai, and that Arlong and him were on the same crew at one point. And he also mentions Fishman Island and mermaids, so a lot of information that doesn't really make any sense right now getting thrown at us. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know if on my first read through, by the time I got to Jinbei and stuff, I don't know if I remember fucking this conversation.
Right, exactly.
So pretty wild to see.
Yeah,
I barely remembered Yosaku and Johnny at all. So
right, yeah. I mean, that's another thing too. I was thinking the entire time. I was like, man, Yosaku and Johnny, they were kind of important. Not really. I wonder if they'll ever come back as characters. That'd be interesting to see, like what they've been doing these past couple of years. Maybe they're still doing like bounty hunter shit, and they got a lot stronger. I don't know.
That would be so cool, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope, right? And on page 9, Luffy draws what he thinks a fishman looks like. Yeah, it's just fucking hilarious, like a goldfish with like 4 legs.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
It's like a horrible drawn, like a fucking child drew it, but it's great. It's fucking great. All right, so yeah, so he shows them that drawing, and Luffy and Sanji aren't even paying attention to Yosaku while he's talking about all this important shit. So he stops telling us about everything, which sucks, by the way, because I feel like we could have got a lot more information out of Yosaku, but because Luffy and Sanji are dicking around, we don't. And Yosaku says, you know, the place they're going to is called Arlong Park. So I think I want to say they mentioned that once before, not during this, but maybe in the last episode.
Yeah, I don't know if they did or if I just kept bringing it up.
Right. I mean, we already knew that, so I don't know. But Yosaku tells Sanji that Nami, you know, was staring at their wanted posters, and the wanted poster she was like looking at was Arlong's. So, you know, that kind of made them assume that's initially where she was headed. And on page 11, we get another picture. I think this is supposed to be a mermaid that Luffy drew.
Yeah.
Oh, he originally drew it. He just drew the fish standing up, and then the next panel down, he drew hair on her.
Yeah,
that's great.
Is that like a little scar on her? Oh no, there's like little eyelashes.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right, so on page 13, we get a Jolly Roger. That's Arlong's Jolly Roger. And we also meet this Marine captain named Nezumi. And Nezumi does mean like mouse or rat Japanese, so that's why he looks like that.
Johnny the Rat.
Johnny the Rat.
And that's why he laughs like that.
Yeah, that's why he likes cheese too. It's on his wiki page. It said cheese is his favorite food.
That's probably from one of the Daizenshu or whatever they're called.
Yeah. And then on the very next page, we get Arlong full shot for the first time. And I like that Oda also lets us know like the type of fishman that they all are.
Yeah.
Very
like
cool.
Jinbei's like a whale shark, right?
Something like that. They have a bunch of them. Like I think Chu is like a fish I've never even heard of.
Yeah, I think that's what's cool about it, right? It's like, what the fuck is this weird looking creature? Oh,
right.
Okay, something I've never heard of.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, Oda.
Yeah, you get like, you know, Arlong, who, you know, definitely a saw shark, and then you get someone like Chu, and I still don't even remember what kind of fucking, you know, fish man he is.
Yeah, we'll see in a bit.
Yeah. Page 16, we get Hachan, as he refers to himself, I guess. But he always tells his friends, "You call me Hachi."
Man, Hachi is one of my favorite fishmen.
It's crazy to think about, right? Because I'm even reading through this stuff, I'm like, yo, Hachi sucked in this arc. What a scumbag he was. And then you're like, damn, no, Hachi's cool as hell, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the worst.
He's pretty bad. He's pretty bad.
Yeah, especially like the next episode we'll do. I remember he does a lot worse stuff, but I feel like he's mostly comic relief from what we've read so far.
Yeah, there's like one or two things that I'll point to where I'm like, yo, Hachi, what the fuck? You know?
Okay.
So go ahead.
Sorry. He's just got a jar.
Yeah.
He puts people in the jar and he pushes them around.
Yeah, he just carries it and swims people across the island and shit. Yeah. Yeah, he does that for Nezumi and the Marines that they brought with them. And you know, something I just didn't even mention that should be brought up is that Arlong is bribing these Marines, you know.
Yeah, that's not important.
Yeah, it's not.
No need.
it's
no
not
need to mention that.
It's not super important. It's just weird to think about because it's like you find like when we get later in, we find out like Arlong is super capable of just destroying ships by himself. Even his crew can do it by themselves. So like, why even fucking bribe this guy?
Fair.
But yeah. And on page 20, Nami comes back, and we see she has the Arlong crew tattooed on her arm, and she's all buddy buddy with them. And on the very last page, Johnny, Zoro, and Usopp show up.
Nice.
Nice, very nice. I did read the.
So,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just want to say I don't think that we should undersell it really because we've all read this before, right? But I was thinking back to when I first read this last year or 2 years ago, whatever. And I was like, man, Nami is a fucking, like, she's got the tattoo and everything. She's with Arlong. That was big twist for this arc here, So
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I didn't hype it up enough because it's like it means nothing to me at this point. But yeah, that's a pretty big plot twist. Also, it's really weird that was never noticed before. Like, it's just like she doesn't wear sleeves, and it's just like out in the open. It's a big ass tattoo.
Yeah. Nobody's ever like, hey, Nami, what's up with your tattoo?
Yeah. But even so, yeah, I guess like maybe they wouldn't even fucking know what that was, but like even still that you could be like, what is that fucking tattoo you have? Is that like a pirate tattoo? Okay. So yeah, chapter 70.
Oh, well, hey, you said you read this thing, right?
Yeah, I was going to say there's nothing really great in it.
Oh.
Okay. I was hoping there would be something funnier. But there really wasn't anything that splendid in there. So yeah. And this is being a little funky right now. But yeah, so chapter 70, Jesse, this is the amazing cover art page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
As Jesse pointed out.
Let me be the first to say that I like this title page.
Yeah. Honestly,
really
it's great.
do.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Adam,
specifically Zoro's tattoo is fucking awesome. And Nami's tattoo. She's got like characters on her arm. She got like a little heart at the bottom of it too.
I like Usopp a lot in this one.
How has no one ever noticed his tattoo there? He never wears sleeves.
That's true.
No, I wanted to say, Adam, I have all of these title pages in my color walk book, whereas you have all the later chapters.
Damn, you got some really good cover fucking art in your book then. Forgot how good it was early on.
Yeah, he put a lot of care in this.
Yeah. Also, before we start this chapter, I just want to point out the Usopp face on page 3 is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Johnny and Usopp spot the Going Merry, and it's seems to be docked over by Kokoyashi Village, which Kokoyashi means coconut, and apparently the design for Kokoyashi Village was inspired by villages in Indonesia.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. So they start to sail over towards the Going Merry, but they immediately get spotted by 2 fishmen. And the fishmen swim over to them, and so real quick, Johnny and Usopp tied up Zoro because he wanted to like go fight the fishmen, and they were like, nah, let's just go over to the Going Merry and scope everything out first. So the 2 fishmen swam over and boarded the ship, and Usopp and Johnny abandoned ship, and they walk up on the ship and find Zoro tied up. So Johnny and Usopp swim over to the shore, and they end up at this destroyed village on page 9, a village called Gosa Village, and they say this must have been the village that Arlong and his crew destroyed last week or whatever it was.
Man, they just flipped the houses.
Literally.
Yeah, such a pleasing way to destroy a village.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, the house is all flipped upside down. But yeah, that's.
This kind of reminds me of when I lived with Evan back in high school, and sometimes I would come home and all of my DVD cases and my bed and my
Oh my God.
and my
Dude.
television would all be flipped upside down. And...
We would go in there and flip everything upside down, everything. We would even go into the CD cases and flip the CDs upside down.
Flip the CDs upside down, yeah.
Man,
sometimes
that was funny.
Sometimes, oh yeah, that'd be really funny. They would put salt all over my bed sheets to see if I was a slug.
Yeah, that's where that joke comes from.
I always loved that one.
Oh, get over it. It's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
We
know you're not a slug. You're fine. Okay, so also important to mention is that Johnny says that fishmen are supposedly 10 times stronger than humans.
Allegedly.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
And then one of the fishmen that found Zoro, shows up and chases Usopp Scooby-Doo style until this kid named Chabo, I think it's Chabo, it could be Cabo, appears to fight the fishmen. We saw this kid earlier. He was going to fight Arlong, and Nami stopped him.
Yeah.
And
she beat the shit out of that kid.
Yeah, she dabbed on him a bit. But yeah, he's going to. He thinks Usopp's a fish man because I guess his nose. And...
yeah, he looks like Arlong.
Yeah. If you.
I didn't even think of that.
If you look on page 12, he looks exactly like Arlong in that panel on the left.
Yeah, dude, just give him purple skin and like fuck up his nose a little bit. He's a spitting image.
Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, so he goes to attack him, but Nojiko stops him, and we meet her for the first time. And the fishman, he's still chasing after Usopp and whatnot. And Usopp, is like, surprisingly, Usopp steps up to defend, Nojiko and Chabo, and she knocks him out with a hammer. And on page 14, not that this is like anything important, I just like the orange grove leading up to the house. I thought that was nice.
It looks
it's
really
gorgeous.
Nice in color.
Yeah, it looks
no doubt.
really good in color. So Usopp wakes up at Nojiko's house, and Chabo says he wants to get revenge for his dad, and that's why he was trying to fight fishmen. And Nojiko is pretty rude to him, but pretty much just convinces him to go home to his mom. And the chapter ends with Zoro, going into the gates of Arlong Park with the fishmen that took the boat.
Here we go. What antics will follow?
I wonder. All right, so chapter 71, we start with a Buggy adventure cover page. And Buggy's body is fighting the cannibals.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, this is amazing. I did not expect it. I thought the Buggy crew thing was actually done for.
No, sir. Only on volume 24 of the Buggy Crew adventure. So yeah. So the chapter starts with Nojiko telling Usopp that the house they're in is Nami's, and that her and Nami were orphans who were raised together. And on page 3 we get that. Funny enough, on page 3 on the very next chapter, chapter 71, the one that we're on right now, we get the exact same that Usopp face. Yeah, there you go. Evan knows how to do it.
Or no, rather, sorry.
Yeah. Nice. So pretty much Nojiko and Usopp just talked about, how Nami is an Arlong pirate, and how Usopp, believes that she was deceiving the Straw Hats the whole time. And on page 4, we get a little map of Konomi Island. So that's like where Gosa Village is, Kokoyashi Village is, and Arlong Park is. So we can see like how they're lined up and where the going merry is.
It's a pretty big fucking island.
Yes, it's actually, Evan, it's actually a series of islands. It's actually called the Kokonomi Islands. This is just one of the islands that makes up the Kokonomi Islands.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah. So yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, they could fit a bunch of villages on this fucking island.
Oh yes, that's probably why Arlong went there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But you would also think that how it would have like a bigger marine presence than just like fucking Mizumi or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Well, there are others.
I digress.
There are others that we'll find out about them. But we can also remember there's light or full body, and there's another guy we're gonna meet very soon, and some other Marines that unfortunately get fucked. But yeah, that's why Arlong came here. I mean, it's a weak area. It's the weakest of the 4 blues, as we've mentioned before. And he's a Grand Line pirate, so he's just here to subjugate the whole area, pretty much. All right, yeah. So we go back over to Zoro, and him and Arlong are arguing a bit while Zoro's tied up, and Nami shows up, and Zoro asks her why are you being so chummy with Arlong? And Zoro asks her, if this is her true, is this like really you? Is this your true self? And Nami says yes, but Zoro makes like this face, and I don't really think he buys it. And I think he affirms that when like Arlong is like, she's a cold-blooded witch, who even betrayed her, her parent, or even like forgot the death of her own parent,
Yeah. Yeah, Zoro's not buying it though. He's just like, his face hasn't even changed really.
Right, exactly.
He gets the exclamation point, but his face hasn't changed.
Right. And on page 10, he jumps backwards into the pool to like escape. I didn't understand what the fuck happened here at first. I thought that fish man like kicked him in or something. But yeah, he jumps in. He's tied up, and he obviously can't go anywhere. And they just say, just leave him. He'll fucking drown, whatever. And Nami jumps in after him and saves him. And I think, that's the reason why Zoro did it, obviously, to see if Nami actually cares enough to let him drown.
Yeah. See if she can give him the Rick and Morty eyes.
Right.
On page 13.
What, like the fucking like squiggly eyes or whatever?
Squiggly eyes, yeah.
All right, and then after all this happens, Nami kind of gut punches Zoro, and another fishman shows up and says this long-nosed pirate escaped. And Arlong's like, all right, well, I gotta go to Kokoyashi anyway, so they head over to Kokoyashi Village, right? On page 16, we meet Genzo, who is a resident of the Kokoyashi Village. And apparently,
so badass.
Yeah, Genzo's awesome. He looks
so cool.
Yeah, and I love the pinwheel.
Besides the...
I love the pinwheel on his hat. I think that's great.
Oh,
they have to give him some kind of goofiness, and that's it right there. So yeah, we learned that Genzo is apparently in possession of guns, which is illegal for anybody that, is under Arlong's rule. On page 17, I just want to note how fucking massive Arlong is, and like most of these fishmen. Especially compared to a normal human like Genzo. It's like 7 foot. He's fucking gigantic.
Dude, he's at least 7 foot. I'm saying he's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking he's like 9 or 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking he's like 11 or 12.
All right, now you're being a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, you're just trying to.
That's where the line's drawn.
Just trying to one up me, Evan. Come on.
It's like
no, I just wanted to see how far you'd go with it. But all right, what's all this hostility?
Like every asshole that plays on The Price is Right that like bets $1 more than the person that just made the last bet,
Hey, don't fucking compare me to Drew Carey.
You're not getting compared to Drew Carey. You're getting compared to the contestants, and Drew Carey isn't even the better Price is Right host. You all know it's Bob Barker.
I mean, I know the listeners have never seen us before, but you look exactly like Drew Carey.
Oh, please. If there's anybody that fucking looks like Drew Carey out of all of us, it'd be you, Jesse.
That's true. If Drew Carey...
No, it's not.
If Drew Carey...
It's Hawkman. It's Hawkman. It's Hawkman. Let's agree it's Hawkman.
It probably is Hawkman. But I was going to say, if Drew Carey was like a greasy Italian, then yeah, Jesse would absolutely look like Drew Carey.
It is Hawkman, though.
It definitely is Hawkman.
I think Drew Carey lost a lot of weight, actually. I think he's gotten, like, really thin.
Probably.
He's probably dying.
Oh, my God. You think?
Imagine is Bob Barker still alive? Imagine he dies before Bob Barker.
No, Bob Barker's dead. That's why Drew Carey's... Yeah.
No, he's still alive.
What?
He is 97.
No.
Adam remembers the episode where he died live on the fucking show, man.
Dude, I remember. The year was 2007.
It was really impressive how he was still able to continue the show while suffering a massive heart attack.
Holy shit. Yeah, he is almost 100. He's going to turn 98 this year.
That man lived through World War II. He
did. He did.
I think he's going to live to be like 99 or 100.
You think?
Yeah,
I'm getting us off the Bob Barker fucking topic. I'm sick of this topic now.
Jesse, that took me a second. That was good.
The only thing worthy of note at the end of this chapter is that Zoro was let out of the Arlong jail by Nami. There we go. The buggy adventure continues on chapter 72. See that Buggy and his officers, and I'm sure Alvida, are standing on a giant rock up there. All right. So Arlong, plans to kill Gen to teach everybody else a lesson, and Nojiko argues, that they've paid their tribute every month for the last 8 years, and nobody's trying to fucking rebel. And Gen tells everyone to go inside, and that the last 8 years will be for nothing if we, fight back now and whatnot. And Arlong slams this man into a pole. And
man, that was brutal.
Yeah, slams it into a pole on page 6, and then on page 9, he literally wraps his hand around Gen's waist and picks him up. And he's about to fucking slam him. And on page... Oh, I'm sorry, that was on page 8. And on page 9, he gets hit with the gunpowder star.
Yeah. I just want to say, Genzo's going to need a few stitches after that one.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so on page 10...
Probably like 80, 81 stitches. Bad bit.
On page 10, Usopp is on the roof of the house next to them, saying, he's the brave Captain Usopp, which is not true. Legs are shaking.
Yeah.
And page 12, Arlong gets a little upset about the whole ordeal and picks up the entire house. So I guess this is how the houses have been flipped.
So that's how it happens.
Yeah. And on page 13, we get this really awesome panel of Arlong throwing the house into another house.
Yes. Really badass page.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We get 6 pages about how the housing market's really bad around here.
So the fishmen, chase after Usopp once he escapes. And on page 16, after the fishmen leave after chasing him, Nami shows up, and nobody's too pleased to see her. Doesn't really make any sense, considering they know everything.
Yeah, they say later on that they try to like distance themselves so that she doesn't know that they know, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, they all shun her as she shows up, and on page 18, she's she brought a bouquet of flowers to her mother's grave. I don't know if that was mentioned before, but
that's who it is.
Yeah, that's who it is, Bellamere. And then she has this conversation about her raising 100 million berries to buy Kokoyashi Village. And on page 19, the last page of the chapter, we see that Zoro has, I want to say killed. They make it seem like he killed these guys. But yeah, he destroyed all the fishmen pirate that were at Arlong Park waiting for him. Or waiting for him.
Yeah, he definitely killed them.
Right.
He's eating sushi tonight.
You think?
Oh yeah, fresh.
That's sicko mode.
No. It's sushi mode.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, get us out of here.
Okay. All right, chapter 73. Buggy is reunited with his crew, and I like the little quote. I hope I didn't make you wait too long, you scallywags. Maybe the most pirate thing that's ever been said in One Piece.
Hey, do you know what I just noticed? Do you see this dodon in the back? That's like boom. That means boom because that's like the dodon pa from Tao Pai Pai, you know?
Dude,
you're right. I didn't even
Nice.
notice that.
Yeah, I think actually Oda uses that a lot, but I don't think it's normally written out in English, so I don't think we've like noticed it. But I do think he uses the boom sound effect a lot.
Boom. All right. Page 2, we start off with Hachi. He's doing a little fishing. I like that he's using 3 poles here. And he's cooking this giant pig or boar or whatever it is. And
I want to eat that.
Yeah. He calls for his underwater monster, Momu. Looks
This
like
fucking thing.
looks like a bowl. His silhouette kind of looks like a bowl or something, right? Dude,
this is so funny. It's so fucking funny. He's a sea cow.
Yeah. So Zoro and Hachi meet each other, and Zoro tells Hachi, he's a guest, and asks where Arlong is, and Hachi tells Zoro they went to go after some long-nosed pirates in Kokoyashi Village, and offers to take Zoro over there in his pot. And on page 6, we see a Momu come out of the water, and we see that he's a sea cow, sea monster, and he's adorable in my opinion. I love him.
I agree.
Yeah,
he gets so
cute.
beat up.
I know he gets his ass kicked all the time, but he is so fucking cute.
Hey Adam, can I just say something?
Yes.
I forgot to mention it. On page 3, when Momu's coming out of his cave, the middle 2 panels, the right one looks like a Dragonite, and then the left one looks like a Lugia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. That's funny. Great, I'm losing the word, but good job, Evan. Proud of you.
Observation.
Great eel.
Great eel. Great fucking
Great
eel.
sea cow. Good sea cow.
So yeah, the sea cow shows up, Momu, and he's hungry. And on page 7, he looks at their food and he's hungry, and he goes to get their food, I guess. Or Yosaku's telling them to give him the food, and Luffy just fucking decks him.
Yeah. Fucking, I would do the same, honestly.
Yeah, if I had the ability to stretch my arm, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm fighting. I'm swinging. And Luffy tells him, don't touch my food. But the best one was, Sanji goes, oh, you shouldn't beat up a monster just because it's hungry. And he offers, on page 9, Momu some food. And Momo opens up his giant mouth to fucking eat the food. And Sanji just fucking kicks him. He gives him like an upper kick on page 10. Like, what the hell was that about? And he goes, Well, he was trying to eat me too, so and this obviously pisses off Momu, who goes after the entire ship, and Luffy goes to hit him, and Sanji takes over and hits him with a collier shoot, and sends him fucking flying. You get a nice, cool full panel of that on page 12 and 13.
Calls him a fucking hippo. How racist is that?
That's fucked up. Damn hippo.
That's problematic, man.
Yeah. So Hachi drops Zoro off at Kokoyashi Village and leaves, and Arlong, gets back to find his crew's all beaten up. So obviously, perfect timing on both parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we also find out that Chu is a smelt whiting fish man. I've never heard of a smelt whiting. And
I'm pretty sure that's like a tiny fish, like a very tiny fish.
I don't know anything about it.
I think.
And Karubi is a ray fish. Yeah.
So like a stingray.
Yeah, like a stingray, exactly. And they have Usopp captured, and Karubi thinks that Nami purposely let Zoro go so that Zoro could like defeat all these fishmen in the Arlong Park. But Nami shows up and argues that she's been loyal for 8 years, and Arlong agrees with her, and says they need to kill Usopp and Zoro. And on page 19, Luffy and Sanji start racing towards Arlong Park using Momo to pull their little dinghy. All right,
Pull my little dinghy at him.
I will not do such a thing right now. Maybe later.
Come on, at Hawkman's wedding.
That's how we're gonna prank him. Chapter 74. Buggy and the crew are still fighting with the Kumite tribe, but it looks like they're kind of dabbing on them. All right, so Arlong says he has the highest bounty in East Blue, which is 20 million berry, which isn't really super high. I feel like it should be higher for the shit that he's doing. Usopp goes off. What? Go ahead.
Well, not for nothing, isn't that what? Spoilers, I guess, for the next one, but isn't that what the bribes are for?
I guess, yeah, to keep his bounty down and keep the heat off of him. Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I'm like 99% certain that's what that was.
So Usopp goes off on Nami for betraying them, and saying, that Luffy even now still believes in her, and Nami, Nami just says, it's his fault for being an idiot, pretty much. Hachi shows back up, and Arlong tells him, if he were here, this never would have happened. And then on page 7, Hachi realizes that he gave a ride to Zoro back to Kokoyashi Village.
Yeah, everybody freaks the fuck out at him.
Yeah, and we get these 4 funny faces of Chu, Kurobi, Hachi, and random fishman. Lost my place. Oh yeah, okay. So out of nowhere, Nami attacks Usopp, and they start to fight. And Usopp, throws down this smoke screen, and I don't know why more people don't do this, but Nami just like runs fucking through the smoke screen.
Yeah.
And she, she takes out Usopp with her bow staff thing. I like her bow staff that it comes in like 3 pieces too. It's pretty neat. And on the next page, on the same page on page 12, she stabs Usopp directly into the stomach, and Usopp falls backwards, and it appears that Usopp is dead.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of fucking blood.
Right, a lot of blood.
This was something that had me shooketh. Like, I did not remember this at all.
No?
No, I didn't remember her doing that.
Oh, I do.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, yeah, this is such a great moment. I remembered it for sure.
Right.
So that's cool that you were surprised by it again, Evan.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this was one of the bigger moments in the early East Blue arc, especially because you know Nami fucking killed Usopp, and Johnny sees the whole thing happen, and he runs off probably to go tell the Straw Hats, and Nami kicks Usopp into the pool of water. Kurubi, says, he's always wondered why she would betray, her family and her village and all these different people to buy this island, but he pulls out this map that he finds of Kokoyashi Village that seems to be a treasure map of the island. So he thinks that Nami just wants to buy the island so that she can take whatever treasures on it. And Nami says, she wouldn't go back on her word after all this time, and then says the same thing to Arlong, like, you wouldn't go back on your word after all this time. And Arlong agrees with her and even tells Kurubi, like, give her the fucking map back. And, he, at the end of this conversation, even says, like, I'd rather die than break a promise involving money. Which is pretty strong convictions from Arlong. And the chapter ends with Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro all closing in, from what it appears, on Arlong Park.
Don't forget about Johnny and Yosaku.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Do nothing. All right, chapter 76. I think this is not the end yet. No,
75, right?
Yeah, 75.
Oh, sorry, 75. Yeah, this is the end of the buggy adventure.
Yeah. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
We see that the whole crew is reunited, and even Alvida is now, I guess, a part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
All right, so pages 2 to 3. Momo is pulling the dinghy and crashes into the island, and this sends the dinghy flying, and Momo sinks down into the ocean, and the dinghy flies into this forest directly in front of Zoro, who is running back to Arlong Park. And on page 5, that was on page 5, and on page 6, we see that Zoro, the dinghy pretty much fucking exploded onto Zoro, and they almost fucking killed him.
Are we just gonna skip over how sad Mumu looks?
He's
on page 3.
Fuck him.
So I can fall. Look at him.
Yeah, I love these panels of him just falling into the abyss.
That's so sad, man.
He'll be fine.
He'll be all right.
He'll be Gucci. He has much worse done to him, I feel like.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so Zoro explains that Usopp has been captured by Arlong and he's going to be killed. And then Johnny shows up and says that he was already killed by Nami. Which obviously everyone's shocked. And on page, so we just like that happens. Then we immediately shift away and we see the villagers see this marine ship heading towards the shore. And on page 9, on page 9 we see the back of the marine captain, and they launch a cannonball into Arlong Park. And on page 10, Arlong just fucking catches it with his mouth and destroys it.
Amazing.
Just fucking wild.
Amazing.
It's a very cool panel of him fucking breaking this cannonball into dust.
Fucking great, dude. Cool panel, cool thing to do.
Yeah. So
eat a cannonball.
As the cannonball was flying to him, he said, go send someone out there to negotiate with their captain. And as soon as he fucking breaks the ball, he says, fuck the negotiations, and declares war.
Yeah.
And the whole Arlong crew was going to go fight, and instead just the 3 officers go to fight the marine ship. And on pages 14 and 15, The Marines, they try and shoot another cannonball, but Chu appears and attacks the crew. And this is like the first time we're seeing this guy, but this guy's name is Commodore Pudding Pudding or Puddin Puddin.
Puddin.
Which just means pudding.
He looks so silly.
He is a very silly captain. A lot of the lower captains are very goofy looking, like this guy.
I was gonna say I don't understand how this guy got wrecked so badly because he's clearly a stand user.
He honestly looks like he could be a celestial dragon with the way his fucking hair is all goofy and puffy and shit.
Yeah, it's weird as hell.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, I don't understand why Oda put so much detail into these characters that just get fucking killed after 2 panels. Literally 2 panels.
Yeah.
You see this guy.
Yeah, they fucked this guy up. They fucked this guy up pretty bad. They do it in a really cool way too. So like Chu jumps onto the boat and takes out the guys on the boat while Karubi is ripping their rudder off. Mm-hmm. And while he's doing that, Hachi is pushing this like barrier reef, whatever this fucking thing is, this giant stone pillar in the ocean into a certain spot that creates a whirlpool that just sinks the fucking ship and all the crew with it. And I assume they're fucking dead.
Yeah, they're dead. There's no way you can survive that.
Right. So that was pretty neat. And the chapter ends on page 19 with Luffy being big mad that Johnny said that Nami killed Usopp, and he even says we're crewmates, and that's when Nami shows up and says, "Who are you calling crewmates, Luffy?"
Who you calling
Pinhead? Nice.
Fuck yeah.
All right, chapter 76. I know Evan wants me to show this cover art because he loves it so much.
It's the best one. It made me crack up, man.
Evan, be the first to say. Be the first to say that you like it.
I love it. I like it. I want more of it.
That's crazy. All right, so yeah. So Nami shows up and asks them why they came to the island, and Luffy says, because we're crewmates, came to get you. And Nami tells them that Arlong wants them all dead and that they're no match for him. And Zoro asks Nami, where's Usopp? She responds, at the bottom of the ocean. Which I get why she's lying. To make them not, want to save her. But I feel like she should have just told him, he's not actually dead. Don't freak out.
Yeah, she should have definitely done it. Nobody else is around.
Right. I mean, she ain't gonna get caught at this point, right? So Zoro goes to attack her over this, obviously, and Sanji gets in the way because he's a cuck and or a simp, I guess, not a cuck. It's hardcore simping for Nami.
He's honestly both.
Yeah, but I guess that's fair.
He's a paradox.
He is an enigma.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, this is kind of like the first instance of the Sanji Zoro rivalry, right?
Yeah, and I hate it. I hate the trope, honestly.
You don't like their rivalry?
I like that they have a rivalry. I hate that it's mostly just comes down to, you're an idiot. Yeah, well, you're a moss head. Yeah, well, you're a simp. And then they fight,
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm fine with the rivalry. I wish it was done better, or I don't know. I guess it's supposed to just be like a comedy thing, but whatever. Let's just move past it.
I hate it.
So Nami tells them, she only stuck around to steal their money. And in an absolute fucking power move, Luffy just goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And, he says he doesn't feel like leaving the island. He doesn't care about what's going on the island either. So he's just going to go to sleep. And Nami freaks out and says, you could just die for all she cares. And Johnny and Yosaku say they don't want to be hunted down and killed by Arlong, so they're fucking out of there, which I don't blame them. They definitely can't stand up to Arlong.
Yeah, that's fair.
And And especially since they think that Nami killed Usopp, they have no reason to stick around, right?
Now, is it just me, or is Luffy like a giant douche for a lot of this remaining bit of this arc?
No, I like Luffy's conviction because it's something that he does a lot throughout One Piece, where he will help people if they want his help, but he's not going to go out of his way to help people. Like, he's a pirate, you know? He's not a fucking hero, you know?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And he obviously cares enough about Nami not to just abandon her, and he's waiting for her to just be like, help me, you know? Which happens eventually. And we'll get to that.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to that in this read through, because that's such a great moment.
Yeah. See where I was on this. Ye old notes here.
Ye old notes, probably with the arrival of Usopp.
Yeah, Usopp. Yeah. So we go back to I guess we're in Kokoyashi Village, and Usopp is alive, obviously, and we get this little flashback of Nami actually stabbing the back of her hand, which caused all the bleeding.
Yeah, so Evan, like, since you forgot that she did that, how was this reveal for you? Because it's so cool.
Well, I knew that Usopp survived, you know, but I just didn't. I was like, okay, cool. So she actually like had a little bit of self-sacrifice left in her. I thought maybe she like did stab him and he floated away or something, and like they found him later or something. I didn't know what to think, but that was cool. It was nice that she did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good on you, Nami. She's the best girl for a reason, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, she's already been through some shit with them, so I mean, this isn't just like another pirate crew at this point. She definitely has some feelings for them and doesn't want them to at least die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is she really the best girl, though, Evan?
I think so.
Yeah, you think so, Adam? You think she's better than Carrot Dog?
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Guy's a fucking loser. He doesn't like Carrot.
Hey, man.
I don't think I know who Carrot is.
You don't.
Listen, the way I think about it is I may be a fucking weeb, but at least I'm not a fucking furry.
You could be both. You could have had all the power. But...
yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so on page 14, again, I just want to show the orange grove. I think it looks really nice.
Copy and pasted.
No, it is different. It is different. It's not copy and pasted. I believe it is different. I believe the grove is more closer to the house and more to the left of the house. But I could be wrong. Go and look. Go ahead. Prove me fucking wrong.
Yeah, that's a little specific. I think you're right, dude.
I can take it. Come on.
I don't know. I can see Kid Goku and Mr. Popo standing up
there. Yeah, they are.
Was that a Stan Marsh reference?
Yeah. Come on, I can take Moria. No, it's the pirates.
It's the cops.
It's the cops. Yeah.
It's the cop. Yeah.
Well, that's it. I take Moria. Yeah, it's the cop.
Holy shit.
Yeah. All right. So, page 17, Usopp he was running through the town, and I think I skipped some stuff, but pretty much what had happened in Kokoyashi is Nami shows up and falls asleep at her house, and Usopp runs into the pirate crew, and he looks like he's dead, and he looks like he got beat up, and they ask him like, oh, did Nami do this to you and whatnot, and he tells them that Nami actually saved his life, and that she must have her reason for joining the Arlong pirates. Then we pan over to the next page and see that Nojiko is there, and she says she'll tell them everything about what has happened on this island, and with Nami joining the Arlong pirates if they leave. And the chapter ends with Nezumi showing up in Kokoyashi Village asking where Nami is and where her house is. Which I guess the villagers of Kokoyashi had never met this guy yet. I was gonna say like, why fucking show this guy anything? But I guess they don't even know who the fuck he is because I guess he just like goes to Arlong Park and then leaves.
Yeah.
So chapter 77.
Dude,
oh yeah, go ahead.
Just one funny detail is when Sanji sees Nojiko, his cigarette smoke makes little hearts, which is pretty funny.
That's funny, yeah. So chapter 77, we start off with a cool cover art. Zoro and some roosters.
Oh my god.
Cocking around in there.
Cocking.
Gacking. Luffy leaves because he doesn't fucking care about Nami's past. And page 3, Zoro says, well, yeah, we'll listen, and then falls asleep. Yeah,
Dude,
go ahead, tell us all about it.
So fucking funny.
Yeah, and just falls asleep. But Usopp and Sanji are like, nah, we want to hear what's going on. And then we go into this very long flashback sequence. So this takes place 8 years prior. And we see a young Nami, a young Genzo with no scars, stitches. And on page 6, we are introduced to this character named Bellamere, who is Nami and Nojiko's foster mother.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I know that we get like a little bit more backstory very soon about how she came in, how the reason why she raised Nojiko and Nami. But she looks exactly like both of them, except with a worse haircut.
I was originally gonna say Nojiko and Nami look alike, but all three of them look like they could actually be family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so weird.
It is weird. It is. I agree. But, hey, here we are.
Also, her hair is just the fucking worst thing.
You don't like that?
She looks like she works at a Chuck E. Cheese in Alabama.
She might.
I don't think she does.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't like to assume things about people, Evan. That's just rude.
Hey, man.
Hey, she was a Marine. Show some fucking respect, all right?
That must be why she looks like she has brain damage.
Oof.
God.
It's like she just got out of brain surgery, dude.
That's true. Maybe she did. Maybe she had too many slugs in her brain, too many brain worms.
Yeah, you can see them coming out of her ears.
Yeah.
Could have just put salt on there.
Yeah, just pour some salt into her ears, Doc. That'll take care of it.
That's all you needed to do.
Put some salt on her bed sheets.
Yeah, put some salt in her bed sheets. All right, so back to this. So we learn at a very young age, Nami is already drawing or learning to draw maps and trying to hone her navigation skills. And she says that her dream is to sail around the entire world and make a world map based on what she saw, which is really fucking cool and something I didn't fucking remember. So it's cool. I think a lot of the characters had these like ambitions and dreams, and I think it's really cool that they all like all these characters with all these different amazing dreams that could all be accomplished on one ship together, like all end up on the Straw Hats ship,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Page 10. Page 10. Bellamere makes this, I think it's a dress, but it looks like there's cone from Bleach sewed onto it. You know what I'm talking about, Evan?
Yeah, it totally does look like cone.
Nothing important. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I don't think Bleach actually was published at this point, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
When did Bleach start being published? The 90s or early 2000s?
I'm gonna actually look this up right now. Bleach manga. Wikipedia says August 7th, 2001.
Oh, okay. And
so
it might have just been starting.
Yeah, and One Piece was what, 97 is when it started?
I think 97, yeah. And
yeah,
this
so
is
it might have
chapter
just been starting.
70. Yeah, this still might have been before. I mean, I don't know how fast Oda put out chapters back then.
Well, actually, I think only up until the last few years, Oda like once or twice missed a week.
Oh, okay.
he worked like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
But then he was like, "Yeah, I put my entire life on the line for this shit."
Yeah, and now he's like always sick and shit.
Yeah, he's doing like every other week, you know.
Which is also crazy too, because he's so fucking young. I mean, he's only like 45.
Yeah, but it's a very stressful industry, and I'm glad he's doing that for his health.
Yeah,
you know, so he doesn't end up like Kentaro Miura. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know,
I was reading a great one.
I was reading a little bit about it, and the thing he died of is like very related to like stress on your heart. So, and I'm willing to believe that it was due to his editors and shit, or I'm not even his editors. You know, just the stress of the mangaka lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a stressful lifestyle.
Like, I couldn't imagine drawing all this shit in a week. My God.
Yeah, absolutely not. So after the cone apron thing, Nami gets into an argument about not wanting hand-me-downs, and she says some pretty hurtful shit, like Bellamere isn't their real mom, and Nojiko and her aren't actually sisters, and that she runs away and says she wishes she was adopted by rich people. And she runs to Gen's house, and Gen tells us about another flashback within this flashback, and it's about Bellamere showed up after leaving the village and joining the Marines. She showed back up on like a really stormy day in like a little boat with Nami and Nojiko, and had them treated before her, and that's like how they got there and whatnot. And then on page 18, the Arlong pirates show up, and the name of this ship is the Shark Superb. And there is no good trivia about it.
Yeah, it's cool looking, but it's also kind of doofy looking, right? Like,
yeah, it's a little
kind of looks like when you put your top teeth over your bottom lip or something.
Yeah.
Adam, let me ask you something though. How many female Marines are there in the series?
Not a whole lot, but there's like 2 that I can specifically recall as like named important officers.
Okay.
But like even then, like not even like any of like the really strong Marines are females, right?
Right, or even like on the other end, not even like any of the fodder people are like females, I don't think.
Yeah,
right?
all the fodder people are males for the most part. They're definitely I'm sure like... Oda draws in some females every now and then, but definitely a lot of male fodder.
Yeah, they're all just the same person over and over.
Yeah. But yeah, there's 2 that you're aware of. One of them is Sudu, something like that, and the other one is Hina. She has the devil fruit that like she can turn her body into like a cage.
Oh, I don't know.
You do.
It sounds kind of familiar.
Her name is Black Cage Hina, and the other one is Sudu, who is an old lady, and I believe she has a devil fruit power.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know if I know that person, but yes, I was going to say Hina is with Smoker, right?
Yeah, but you definitely know. Yeah, yes. No.
Okay.
She like I think has a thing for Smoker, but she's not like with Smoker, you know.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of Tashigi.
Yeah.
Thinking of Tashigi.
Yeah, the girl who follow like Zoro around, right?
Yeah, that's like the sword using officer under Smokers Tashigi. So I guess there's another one. But yes, Sudu was definitely in like the Marineford stuff and before that.
Okay.
Sudu was so cool. I really like her.
What is her fucking power? Oh yeah, here it is. She ate the Woshu no Mi. What does that mean? that allows the user to literally wash. Oh yeah, right. She she like turns people into like washed clothes. She washes them and they become flat, and she hangs them to dry.
Oh
So
my
fucking
god.
weird.
Yeah, she is a
Whoosh.
laundry human.
Woshu woshu.
The washu washu no mi, which literally translates to apparently, wash and hang out to dry.
So weird.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Some of these devil fruits, good on you, Oda. Some of the other ones,
Well, you know, you can't make them all badass. They gotta have some goofy one. It's like JoJo. How many goofy ass stands are there?
yeah, that is
Like
true. But
literally,
I feel
how
like
many bad goofy stands are there?
there's a ton. There's a ton.
Right.
Like the fucking orangutan.
Yeah, the fucking ship, the fucking the
Yeah.
heart, the not the heart, the lock that's put on people's hearts, the
Yeah.
sun.
Oh, dude, I forgot about the lock one. That was so dumb.
Yeah, that one's bad. The sun one, the sun is bad. There's just a bunch of them, but that's okay. It happens. You can't have like just a bunch of badass ones.
Yeah, I guess. But watch you know me.
Is that the worst devil fruit? I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
I think Brooks devil fruit sucks, but
It's a pretty. It's all it is. It's like a revive.
Yeah,
And I guess soul power.
The thing is, you die. This is definitely not the time for this conversation, but you die, and then you come back to you go back to your body. What if you die and you're like 100 and your soul goes back into your body? You just die again because you're 100?
Well, no.
Or you just
that's
immortal
exactly
forever?
That's exactly what happened with Brooke.
Right. So is he just immortal forever now?
I think he's just immortal. Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty certain that's the case.
Well, that's fucked
Because-
up. When all the Straw Hats die, he's gonna still be alive. He's gonna watch 2 different crews die in front of him.
That is true. Yeah. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it until now.
Yeah. Think about that, Evan. Think about the things you just fucking said.
Hey, it's what you fucking said.
You're right. And now I'm gonna talk about chapter 78.
Woo!
All right. The Arlong pirates are, collecting money from villagers, and they're about to leave. We're still in the flashback, and this is when they first show up on the island, and they're telling all the villagers that they have to pay tribute or they're gonna fucking die. And as they're about to leave, Nami and Nojiko, one of the lesser fishmen, point out hey, there's a house over there. We should go see who's living there so they could pay us. And it's Bellamere and Nami's house and whatnot. And Nami and Nojiko were watching all of this from the forest, and they try to run to Bellamere, to their home, to tell Bellamere before the Arlong pirates get there. But the pirates got there first. And on page 7, Arlong goes to go into the house, and it's pretty badass. Bellamere takes him down and sticks a gun into his mouth.
Yeah, incredibly badass, dude. On page 8, I wanted to figure out a way to have her putting a dunce cap into his mouth. That would have been kind of funny.
That's amazing.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah.
I could have done that.
Really-
I could have made it really skinny and stretched it all the way down.
Yeah. But yeah, really badass moment here.
Yeah, absolutely. But Arlong is who he is. And on page 9, he just breaks the barrel of the gun with his teeth. And then on page 10, Nami and Nojiko show up, but the doctor stops them, and he explains to them that they need to leave the island. It's the only way that all 3 of them, those 2 and Bellamere, will be able to live in peace. Because if they leave, that Bellamere. Okay, so the way this works is Arlong is charging 100,000 berry, whatever it is, per adult and 50,000 per child. Bellamere has just 98,000, just enough to pay the 100,000 or whatever, but she doesn't have enough to pay for them. So the doctor says, you guys need to pretty much leave this island so that Bellamere can pay for herself, and then you guys can live somewhere else that's going to be peaceful. Bellamere, first off, on page fucking 10, Arlong shatters her fucking arm by stepping on it. It like inflates it pretty much.
Brutal.
Or deflates it, I mean. And Bellemere ends up paying the 100K. They all pretend that it just Bellemere is living there. And here's what I'm talking about with Hachi. This motherfucker is like, Arlong, look, there's 3 plates. You fucking rat bitch. This fucking snitch of an octopus.
All right. Yeah, that's fair, but you made it sound like he like fucking.
Does he not murder a woman, Evan? Is it not his fault?
Oh, shut up!
Is it
inadvertently? No, it isn't.
She was the only female pirate until Suru came along.
Oh, Marine, you fucking idiot.
Whatever.
Evan, you were wrong about the Zoro direction thing, and you're wrong about this. Okay?
I'm very worked up right now.
Yeah, clearly you guys are in a sort of a tussle. Meanwhile, I have to take a shit, and I'm being fine.
No. Sorry. So sorry to inconvenience you, of all people.
Well, Evan, why don't you go take a walk on the poop deck?
Nice.
Nice. I was gonna say don't make a poop joke, but you did it. You did it in a way that works.
Yeah, but like real quick, before you were like, yeah, no, he does some really like scumbag things later, and then
that is a
like,
scumbag thing.
And then you're like, oh yeah, hey look, there are 3 plates on the table. Like this is the way you made it sound before.
Okay, a woman dies, Evan. Like, I don't understand. Like, Evan, I don't understand what your argument is right now. A woman is going to die because of this.
Kind of her fault too.
Oh my god, this guy.
She could have just been.
Oh,
she could have just shut up. She could have just shut up and not even mentioned them. But she was like, "Oh, I don't want to like say that I'm not."
Yeah,
a family,
dude.
So I'm just gonna tell them.
I was about to make a Palestine-Israel joke, but I'm just gonna not do it.
Oh my god.
Keep that one inside your noggin there, bud.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Palestinians' fault for being born in Gaza that they need to fucking die. Just like it's her fault. It's her fault. It's her fault, dude.
Yeah, Evan's over there like, oh, she was gonna die anyway. I mean, look, she's even sparking up a cigarette as she's dying. She would have gotten lung cancer eventually. It's her fault.
Can you fucking listen to me?
No. You've said enough.
They literally say, why did you say that? They were gonna leave. And then her reasoning is, oh, I didn't want to say that we're not a family. Even if it's just, this is going to be the last time I see you. Like, what?
Yeah,
even if it's just mere words, I still want to be called as their mother.
You're right.
I'm not saying...
You're right, dude.
You're right.
You're right.
Now you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, whatever.
Oh, now he doesn't want to be right. Fuck's sake, dude. This guy.
What the fuck is going on here? What has happened here?
Yeah, I don't know. He was trying to argue to be right, and we're telling him he's right. I don't know.
No, shut up.
Yeah, so now that we know the rest of the story.
That's kind of a weird way to wrap it up. But
yeah, Bellemere dies. Arlong shoots her, but I do want to point out the last panel on the page or on the chapter. Arlong's pointing the gun at her head, and she says, "I love you," right before he pulls the trigger. Pretty heartwarming. Yeah, and sad, I guess.
Yeah, pretty fucking insane. I mean, this is a kid's manga overall, I guess, right? So,
yeah, man,
wild. She's getting shot right in the goddamn head.
But don't worry, on chapter 79, she's alive and her head is wrapped. No, she's not. That's just a flashback. She's dead.
It's a flashback within a flashback.
Right. Too many flashbacks. Too many flashbacks. Yeah, okay, so we get another cool cover art page. These like jaguars, whatnot.
Yeah, I really like Usopp's purple hat.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like Usopp's purple hat.
Pretty swaggy.
Yeah, pretty swiggy. Alright, so this chapter starts off with some memories of Nami, Nojiko, and Bellemere, and it's just like, happy times they had together and whatnot. And I just want to like read on page 4 what Bellemere has to say. No matter what happens, don't ever hate the world you were born under. It's alright if people don't praise or compliment you. Don't ever lose the strength to smile no matter when, because if you continue to live on, you'll surely come across fun times as well. And it's just like the last memory I guess Nami and Nojiko have, or like the last impactful words that they remember of her. And yeah, she's dead. We get this pile of blood on page 4. And Hachi finds a bunch of these sea maps. Once again, Hachi being a scumbag, finds a bunch of these sea maps and gives them to
he's
Arlong.
fine.
No, he's fine. Not his fault this is happening. And he gives them to Arlong, and Nami says they're hers, which obviously intrigues Arlong because what fucking like little kid is able to draw sea maps like this? And Gen, they're gonna take her, and she's gonna work for them. And Gen goes a step up, and we finally see how Gen got all these scars. On page 8, Kurobi intercepts him and just like slices the shit out of him.
Yeah, god damn.
Like really badly.
Really...
Pretty brutal.
I was kind of thinking like, oh, he gets all these scars over time. Like each time Arlong comes to town, he beats him up a little bit, but nope, he pretty much got him all in one shot.
Yeah, it's pretty much all right here. And the villagers even like fight back because again, this is like the first time the Arlong pirates had shown up. So they're obviously trying to defend Nami and whatnot, and that didn't really work out for them. So the town decides as a collective that they're all just gonna go fight the Arlong pirates to save Nami. But Nami shows up, and this is where we find out that the town is, or Nami's doing things to protect the town, and the town doesn't really understand. But she says that she's gonna join the Arlong pirates as their cartographer, and she even got the Arlong tattoo on her arm at this age. And she says, look at all the money they're giving me, and nobody really understands why the fuck she's doing any of this. And she screams out, if living honestly means getting killed like Bellemere, then I want no part of it. It's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Like a little kid
No
to
doubt.
like, think like that,
Yeah, I get it.
So Nami runs away, obviously, after all this shit. And Gen tells her, like, just leave, don't come back to this village. And Nojiko finds Nami at Bellemere's grave and says, and Nami says, Arlong sunk 5 marine ships that were chasing him since he took her. So, like, a very short fucking amount of time. And Nami tells Nojiko about her plan to like save up money and buy the village, and the chapter ends with Nami saying, she's decided to never cry again, and that she's going to fight alone. And that's pretty much just so she doesn't have to see anyone that she cares about die or get hurt for her. So yeah, chapter 8.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is sweet. Chapter 80. Nojiko says, ever since that day, she's never asked for help. She doesn't want anyone to be killed by Arlong. And this story obviously fires up Sanji and Usopp, and not Zoro, because he's still asleep through this entire fucking thing. And then we just get a memory, this is kind of important, of Nami and Nojiko in the Orange Grove, and this is where Nami is hiding her money, and she even says, I only need 7 million more to buy the village. And we pan over to the next page and see, Luffy's walking around Kokoyashi Village, and he sees Gen and Nezumi with the Marines, and they're all walking towards Nami's. And his reaction on page 6 is great. The bottom panel. Why does that man have a pinwheel in his head? I fucking love that.
Yeah.
That like doesn't care about the Marines, just cares about the pinwheel in fucking Genzu's hat. So Nezumi says that Nami needs to hand over the stolen treasure. He knows that she stole the treasure from pirates, and says she isn't going to be arrested for stealing from pirates, but she has to turn it all in. And the Marines start searching her house, and Nami, fights back and knocks the Marines down. Gen steps up to help Nami and says, the whole village. This is like where Gen says, like, the whole village knew, what you've been doing this entire time. And the only reason we pretended not to know is so that if you ever decided to leave, you didn't feel pressured to stay and actually raise the 100 million. And then Nami realizes that Arlong told Nezumi to come and take that money, and the Marines, she like starts fighting the Marines even more, and then Nojiko shows up, and right before we pan over to like Luffy and whatnot, we see that Nojiko was shot by the Marines. And Luffy like walks over kind of like all nonchalantly.
Hey, what's up?
Right.
Need any help?
Yeah. But she grabs him, just tells him to get the hell off the island, and Nami rushes back to Arlong Park and says, you said you'd rather die than break a promise over money. And page 19, Arlong just keeps saying, he just grabs her and is like, when did I ever break our promise? Tell me, like, prove that I told the Marines to go do that kind of thing. Like, you can't fucking do it, and even if you can, I don't give a fuck. Type of move.
He's looking evil as fuck in this last page.
Yeah, the last panel, he's looking pretty ruthless. All right, so chapter 81. Cranking through them, boys. Cranking through them.
Here we are.
Here we are again on chapter 81.
I'm a big fan of this dog.
Mm-hmm. I was going to point it out. The dog eating spaghetti is fucking great. It looks like he's choking.
Yeah, he's choking on it.
Yeah, he's like that Chris Farley in the Bears sketch.
Yeah, the Bears with the sausage.
Yeah. Nice.
So the chapter starts with Nezumi stealing all the money, and he's on the ship with the money, and they're like, is this money even good? It's like fucking muddy and there's blood all over it. And he's like, yeah, it's fucking money, whatever, dude. I'm looking at the wrong one. Arlong says it's unfortunate that the Marines stole Nami's money, but all she has to do is save up that much again. And that if she runs away, he's going to kill everyone in Kokoyashi Village. So again, the villagers decide to attack Arlong pirates because fuck them at this point.
Yeah, that's the right choice to make, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. But Nami shows up and tries to tell him, "Hey, don't worry. I'll just raise the money again," because she knows if they go to fight, they're probably just going to end up dying. And this obviously upsets Gen and the villagers because she's like acting as if nothing bad just happened. And she,
I think this would be I think this might be a good time for me to point out something that could maybe be like the one negative I have with the arc, is that there's a lot of instances of them running back and forth between these villages. And I get it, but it's like, it happens a lot.
Yeah,
you're right. You're so right, man. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
Weird that you brought it up.
And they even do the thing. Oh, I went here, and when you were there, and then you came where I was. Oh, we just like they do that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, we just missed each other. Damn it. But yeah, I agree. They definitely could have cut the chapters down probably by minimizing that. But whatever. Here we are.
It's not quite as bad as Game of Thrones, like with Daenerys flying around in a half hour, but
oh God, I don't want to even fucking think about that.
We're not going to talk about that.
God.
Yeah. So Gen just walks up to Nami and hugs her, tells her, "You don't have to fight anymore. It's okay. We're gonna attack Arlong regardless." Nami tries to stop them, obviously, with a with a knife. She tells them you're gonna die, but Gen just grabs the knife and says, "We know," which is pretty fucking sad. Page 12, Nami starts stabbing the shit out of her Arlong tattoo.
Yeah, that's a really wild moment, dude.
Right. She's fed up. She doesn't know how else to take her anger out, and she just starts stabbing the shit out of her arm. And that's when Luffy shows up and stops her. And Nami says that Luffy doesn't know anything, and Luffy agrees with her. And she told him to leave the island, and he says, "Yeah, you did." But on page 14, we get the very iconic Luffy, help me, and Luffy puts the straw hat on her. And pages 15 through 17, I'm just gonna roll through these ones. He screams, "Of course I will." And the villagers show up. Oh, he says, "Of course I will." He meets up with the boys.
That bottom panel is sick.
That bottom panel's fucking great. The boys are just waiting for him.
Dude, definitely the best one.
Yeah, even Usopp looks badass in this one. So yeah, the villagers show up at Arlong Park, and they find Johnny and Yosaku standing outside the gate, beaten up. And they say, they lost after challenging the Fishmen Pirates, but they challenged them because they had to defend Nami after doubting her, and they're going to prevent the villagers from going in there. And the chapter ends with Luffy and the boys showing up and just breaking down that gate. And Luffy, asking which one is called Arlong.
Hey, can I ask something real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
How did Johnny and Yosaku figure out Nami's backstory?
They were listening, bro.
No, they weren't. They fucked off.
Nah, they were waiting in the forests. They were just they were playing it cool. They were gonna spring out when they were most needed. I actually have no idea. I don't know, Evan. That's a great question. I thought the same thing.
That's so weird.
But yeah, here we are. All right, so
this is just an oversight. It's just an oversight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The early stuff has a bunch of oversights. We're gonna fucking get to one. Unfortunately, not this chapter, or this episode, but next episode. All right, it's chapter 81 or 82. Right? Yeah, chapter 82. Yeah. This is gonna be the last chapter.
I'll be the first to say, of course, as always, I like this title page.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The only weird thing is, dude, like, why didn't he just put Usopp before Sanji? I don't understand why it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 4.
Huh.
That's a fair fucking point.
I don't know.
You know what
I mean?
It's like
probably because Sanji is a combatant, a better combatant. I don't know.
I do get that, and I'm sure that Sanji. I mean, I don't know about at this point, but I know Sanji's probably more popular than Usopp. Like, I get it and all, but still, why didn't he just put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know.
That's a great question. I wish I could tell you. I just don't know. It is cool though. It reminds me like a Cowboy Bebop opening.
Yeah, dude. Is it a Cowboy Bebop reference?
I don't know. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Yeah, I immediately thought of Tank in the opening for Cowboy Bebop when I saw this.
Nice.
All right, so Luffy starts walking over towards Arlong, but a bunch of fishmen get in the way. Damn fishmen! I feel like fishmen sounds racist. I feel like calling them fishmen sounds racist. But
yeah.
The fishmen pirates get. Oh, go ahead, Jesse. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I just want to say that actually is like one kind of theme that's like gently hinted at here. Like in the earlier chapters, Arlong talks about how humans are inferior and fishmen are more evolved and everything, and so we see like racism a little bit in that sense, but it becomes so much more expanded upon in the future.
Yeah.
And we find out we find out really cool reasons as to why the fishmen think that they're superior and stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, that's really cool shit.
It is. It is really awesome. That's much, much further in the future. But yeah, good stuff. But yeah, so Luffy goes over to fight Arlong, and these pirates get in the way. And, Luffy on page 3 just kind of like pushes them together, and they conk heads and they fall over. And then page 4, Luffy just like walks right up to Arlong and fucking decks him.
No, yeah, he punches this fucking man.
Dude, like, that was great. Arlong fucking doesn't even look at him. He's like side-eyeing him, and Luffy just fucking decks him.
Dude, he cold clocks this motherfucker.
Seriously. Yeah, so and then on page 6, the Arlong pirates, the rest of the crew goes to attack Luffy for obviously hitting Arlong. And I only see Sanji's foot, but I'm gonna assume it was Sanji and Zoro, and maybe Usopp, like knocked these pirates away on page 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. So Hachi calls for Momu, to come give him a hand, and he's gonna turn him into fish food. And then on page 10, Momu appears, and he's all beaten up, and he's crying, and he's sad.
Poor guy.
And he sees, Luffy and Sanji, who have obviously beaten him up a bunch, and he's afraid of them. But then Arlong says, "The hell do you think you're doing?" And he's more afraid of Arlong. And he does attack, but this is the beginning of the dumb shit of this arc. Luffy puts his feet into the concrete and winds up for a Gomu Gomu no, I believe it's a pinwheel.
Yes, inspired by Genzo, I assume.
Oh, damn. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Nice, Jesse.
Wow. Nice one, Jess.
Very cool. Yeah, so he grabs Momu by the horns and spins him around. Now, I say this is the beginning of the dumb shit, and we're not going to get to the reason why I think this is the dumb shit, but this is the beginning of the dumb shit. So he uses Momu to, pretty much fucking clear out the area. And
the small fry.
Right. And this is like a Dynasty Warriors, Pirate Warriors kind of move.
Yeah.
Also,
hell yeah.
Something I want to point out, because I was looking up more trivia to talk about, the in Pirate Warriors 3, which isn't the newest one, Pirate Warriors 4 is the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
They call the Arlong pirates the Sun Pirates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Even I know that's not right, for real.
Even Jesse knows. And Luffy then throws Momu and says, "I didn't come here to fight these small fries. I came here to kick your ass." Bobby Hill or Hank Hill style.
Yeah, Bobby would be. That's not your purse.
I don't know you. Yeah. So the last panel ends with Arlong, the 3 officers, and the Straw Hats getting ready, and it's funny because the fishmen look badass and like ready to fight, and Usopp and Sanji are like, "You could have fucking killed us."
Yeah, they just look so goofy.
Yeah, and that is the end of the first half of the Arlong Park arc.
Yeah.
So how we
Very
feeling,
good.
fellas? We like this arc so far?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. Definitely gonna be the best one. As far as this read through, we got
Nice.
like a lot of the twists and a lot of the emotional parts. I think the next episode is gonna be just the big climactic action stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So
Hell
that's gonna be
yeah.
sick. I know there's a lot of cool stuff there. One real quick thing that I forgot to mention, I had written in my notes. You don't have to show it. On the very first chapter that Arlong appears, he is accidentally drawn in one of the panels with just human teeth instead of sharp teeth.
Oh, really?
And it looks really bizarre. I'll post a picture of that on the Twitter. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh man, nice catch there.
But what'd you think about it, Evan?
I mean, I thought it was dope. I just really want to get to the action, like, really badly.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool getting Nami's backstory and everything, but let's remember, it doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things. I think you even said it earlier, Adam, where, like, yeah, all this backstory is happening, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know? 1,000 chapters later, it's not really going to be all that important. But I will say, it's cool that we're getting it, and I do remember the action that happens 1,000 chapters later. So, yeah, I'm excited to get this shit started.
Yeah, I mean this arc sets up a lot of stuff later down the line, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind, like, imagine we were first time readers, like, this would be some really the backstory like would be really cool, especially like the part where we thought Nami killed Usopp. And like all the twists in the early stuff of this arc. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, even like all their different, like if you go back and think of all of the fucking dreams of each of the One Piece, or I'm sorry, each of the Straw Hats, like only like fucking a handful of them are like meaningful in any way.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, and they're not even like the focal points at they're not even like really mentioned all that much later. Like, I totally forgot that Nami's dream was to make a world map. Like, that's not even like stressed anywhere else. Whereas like they kind of mentioned certain things for other people's dreams. Like, obviously Luffy becoming Pirate King is like the main fucking thing.
Absolutely.
I just want to say, as someone who only got into One Piece a year ago and has pretty much only read the pre-time skip stuff, Nami's backstory actually did stick with me as one of the biggest highlights of the series for me personally. So like, I get maybe what you're saying, because you at least know all the post-time skip stuff. Talking to Evan, you know all the post-time skip stuff. You've read 400 chapters more than me, so like maybe it's not important in the grand scheme of things, but it still stuck with me from everything I've read. So
I hear you. I mean, and you know what? I do try to put myself in the position of like when this stuff was first coming out, you know, like as a weekly reader, how hype it must have been back then, you know, because we've been with Nami for like 50 something chapters now. That's like a year of manga.
Right.
So I'm sure that it must have been very incredibly hype back then, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, even like like I first took in One Piece as an anime, you know, so like even seeing it as an anime, it was like, damn, I can't believe she killed Usopp. Oh, she didn't kill Usopp.
Yeah, I mean that's such a great moment. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the last thing I want to say is that I know this was a bit of a longer episode because we goofed off a lot, but I had a lot of fun laughing with you guys today. So
yes, sir.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Lots
of goofs. Miss you, fellas.
Yes, lots of goofs and gaffs to be had. It's always a pleasure. Next week we'll be back with KINGDUMMIES. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do we have these chapters figured out yet, or no?
I forgot to figure them out until just now, so I'll keep you guys posted.
All right,
probably later. I'll probably text you later tonight or tomorrow.
If you'd like to know what chapters we're doing ahead of time, check out at Mangaki Pod on Twitter.
Yes,
Jesse's doing the Lord's work over there. Give him some love.
10 days work, in fact.
10 days work, in fact. And from everyone at the Mangaki no Tsukai podcast, thanks for listening and have a great rest of your day.
Bye, everyone. Thanks again.
Thanks. Take care.